Art people are the worst. They are the worst. This is coming from another art person. I think that says something. Art people, especially like the younger ones, the ones that are in their early 20s or around there somewhere, maybe within a decade or like half a decade of like their 20s or their early 20s. I'd say like half a decade. Within half a decade of 20, those guys are the worst. They're the worst. They're the worst. I'm sorry, but they're the worst. They're the most judgmental, the most condescending, the most ignorant, the most arrogant, the most egotistical of any other demographic I have ever encountered. Ever. They're just the worst. The only demographic worse than art people would be maybe high school students. And oh man, the egos. Oh, the egos. Like, many individuals in art school, it's as if they were on some sort of personal mission to show everyone else up, show everyone else down, prove somehow that they were better than everyone else or something. Like 9 times out of 10, those ones were the worst ones in terms of art skills and knowledge and stuff. They were the worst. 9 times out of 10, those guys were the worst. They're usually most of the time, those guys are the worst in terms of like knowledge and art skills and stuff. They're the worst. They usually 9 times out of 10, those ones, the ones that don't make it through the program, the ones that fail, it's usually those ones, or one of those ones are usually the ones that end up failing the program, that don't make it. It's like you fail the program, but you're like trying to show off and brag about how like amazing you didn't even make it through the program. You couldn't even make it through the program, and you're trying to prove everyone that you know better than everybody else. But you failed. You even make it through the program, but you still think that you're hot stuff. And this whole time you thought you were hot stuff. Like, what? What the heck, man? What are you bragging for? Like, I thought that art people were supposed to be cool, you know, like kind of like the Fonz from Happy Days. That's what I thought art people would be like. I mean, with all my past experiences with the college university environment, nearly everyone I've met were way cooler, way more mature, way more serious about their work. Blah, 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 what have you. But all the people I met in art school, they weren't like that. In art school, it's like a lot of students in art school, it's like they sort of like do the bare minimum amount of work, right? And then they go home and they play video games, or maybe they'll go hit a bar or something. Like, they're not actively studying or practicing or pursuing like this art stuff. You know what I'm trying to say? It's like they sort of sit around expecting this art stuff, just basically sitting around expecting to be spoon-fed. They have no initiative. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, you're not like taking it upon yourself. You're interested in art. You're not taking it upon yourself to look up information about art on the internet, or going to like a bookstore and studying like art books. You're not doing doing stuff like that. You're not actively pursuing it on your own. They don't have that kind of initiative. They're not taking upon to pursue something that they claim to be interested in. They're not like that. They're just sort of expecting it to be spoon fed to them. I don't know how else to properly describe it. And if you're trying to push it, if you're trying to take the initiative, trying to study and practice and this stuff, like taking on personal projects, trying to do more and get better, you know, that kind of thing, everyone looks at you like there's something wrong with you, and they'll ridicule you. I'm really not certain how to properly describe it. I mean, just for the sake of argument, let's say that I'm interested in fish. I might go on the computer and look up information about fish. I might go to a bookstore or a library and read books about fish. I might visit an aquarium. I might even go fishing. But to them, pursuing something that you love like art, it's just not comprehensible. It's not done. I mean, you might as well be like, I don't know, taking a business course or going to like medical school or something. Maybe that's not a good example. Maybe there are a lot of people out there that are really passionate about like business and medicine and they actively pursue it. I don't know. I can't think of a good example. You might as well be studying skill trade or something. You're just doing it just because, or something like, I don't know. It's not really something you're interested in, that you're passionate about. You're just doing it because you think you can do it, and you think you can like make money, which is all valid. But it's not like you have a real passion to be a skilled tradesman. You're just doing it just because. Like me, I don't know, studying to become like a forklift operator or something like that. I have no interest in forklift operation work. I do it just because I think I can like earn some money off of it. Something like that. Not because it's something I'm really interested or passionate about. It's just an occupational type thing. You understand what I'm saying? Like, what are you doing here? What are you doing in an art school? Like, you don't seem to be particularly interested in this subject, and you ridicule another person that is legitimately interested in this subject. That's just investing time and energy into something they're passionate about. Like, what are you doing here? What are you doing in an art school? Like, I can't, this doesn't make any sense. And you telling me that I should drop out? You should drop out. I mean, these art programs, they're not cheap. You understand what I'm saying? They must cost like, I don't know, maybe like $20,000, like $20,000.
$20,000.
I'm certain that there are like art schools out there that cost even more than that. And what if you're an international student? I imagine international students could be getting like charged maybe anywhere between 50 to 100,000. These schools, they're not cheap. Thousands of dollars are being invested into something that you don't care about. You're not really serious or interested in. Like, if I had thousands of dollars being invested into something, I'd want to make sure I was getting the most bang for my buck. I need to be like serious about it. Like, you know, I want to make the most of my money. I hope this pans out. I want this to pan. This, you know, like thousands of dollars, 20K. That's 20K, man. That's a lot of money. I mean, this is literally like taking thousands of dollars and basically throwing out a window, which is an incredibly insane thing to do. And when I see this, like, it just, oh man, it really upsets me, man. Like when I see things like that, oh man, it's just really, it's really, it makes me mad. It's like, no, stop. It's, oh. It just wasn't a supportive environment. I'm not certain how else to put it.